Hello, my name is Mandy. I am with Scott Leroy Marketing, and today's class is Consumer Mobile App Class. That's a mouthful. It's also known as My KW App. You will hear KW dubbing it that now. So, what we're going to do is actually show you the app itself, how it applies, and can be beneficial for pretty much anybody in your database: buyers, sellers, tire kickers, open house junkies, everybody pretty much in between. I'll show you how it looks from the consumer app itself and also the benefits that you get as an agent because this app gives you Big Brother access to see all the listings, all the neighborhoods, all the favorited things, all the searches created by the consumers, and you'll get to see that all from within your command. I'll spend the second half of class jumping into command so that you can see it from the agent's viewpoint, what kind of access you have and the things that you can actually help personalize for the consumer from within your command account. Okay. Since we're here live together, if you have any questions, just like I shared before, you can definitely drop those in the chat. I'll either get them answered as I'm teaching if I see them, or I will circle back at the end of class and spend a couple of minutes getting those answered for you guys. If you're watching this back on a recording, you can always reach out to us via email. That email address is support at scottleroymarketing.com, and we'll be happy to help. So right here on your screen, you can see two KW apps at the top. I purposely did this. I want you to see the difference, okay? So the app on the top left-hand corner, the one with the red background, white KW, that's Command Mobile. That's for you, the agent. Your logins that work into that app are going to be the same ones as Command, like when you're on a laptop or a desktop. It sees you as an agent. You have agent access, okay? The app to the right of that, the white background, red KW, that's the consumer mobile app. It does not know you are an agent. Your command logins will not work on it. Okay. You need to create your own consumer login so that you can experience this as a consumer. Anything you do as an agent for this app will be done directly in command. So when you're logging into the consumer mobile app, white background, red KW right there at the top of your screen, that sees you as a consumer and your command logins will not work. Okay? All right. And so, I love that. Answer later with a smiley face. Yes, ma'am. I'll be right back to get that. Or, sir, pardon me. Um, and so for this app, the one with the white background, red KW, that's the one we're focusing on today. So let me go over first how to get this on your device. Okay. You do have a KW app link that is specifically branded to you. It is available in your command, and I will show you before the end of class where to find that on command when you're on a desktop or a laptop. For now, on a mobile device, you can still access that link. You would just get it through the Command mobile app. So right here in the top left-hand corner, I'm going to access briefly the Command mobile app to show you where to find your branded app link. So we click the red square in the top left-hand corner. Now I'm already signed in. You know that you need to. Thank you, Yenna. I appreciate that. All right. Well, yes, ma'am. I will circle back to those questions. I see you guys putting them in that chat. Go ahead and keep dropping them. I'm going to push through class to make sure we can cover all the material, but keep the questions coming. Okay. I will make sure to stay after class and get them answered for you if I haven't already. So right here on your screen, this is Command Mobile. You know you need to log in with your Command logins and go through the MFA code if you haven't. I'm just already logged in. So this is the screen it will bring you to. Now what we're doing is we're looking for your KW app URL. This is the branded link that when you share it with consumers, it will prompt them to download the app on their mobile device and it will already be branded to you, meaning you are the only agent that will show for any listing that they look up. To find this link in the Command mobile, tap on the top left-hand corner of your screen where your name is. And right here in this drop down, you should see the Share My KW app link. Okay. That right there is what you would click. And then on your mobile device, depending on your current settings and what kind of device you have, You should have a pop-up that will allow you to share this via the most common methods that you use, like text, messenger, email, all the things. Okay. But that link right there is specifically branded to you, and it's important to use that link in your marketing. Okay. Yeah, not able to hear. Can anybody else hear me? If I can get a yes or a thumbs up from anyone else, just making sure that my audio is still active, that would be great. Tanika. Okay, awesome. So let me type to Neha since they're unable to hear me. Okay, awesome. You guys are so great. Thank you for all the fast participation. Ah, and that person is already ahead of me anyway. They're coming back into the waiting room. Okay, awesome. Excellent. All right. So there's that KW app link, guys. That is one way. Again, it works if you're on a mobile device. You can click that KW app link, share it with someone. If they click it and open it on a mobile device, it will prompt them to download the app and it will be branded to you. If they click on it when they're on a desktop or a laptop, guys, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. It's not made for a desktop or laptop. So just please know that we get a lot of inquiries from agents that are like, "Hey, my link doesn't work," but they're on a desktop or a laptop, and that's not an app-based device. So that is why that link doesn't work. Pro tip though, this consumer mobile app, the login that you use to log in to the consumer mobile app actually works on your KW agent site. So if you or the consumer are on a desktop and a laptop and not on a mobile device, they can actually take that same account and go to your KW agent site and log in and still view all of their favorites and start looking at properties. I'll show you that by the end of class, okay? All right, so that's one way to get the app on your phone. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to close Command Mobile and come back to our screen here. Another way to get the app on your device is through the App Store. So, like this is an iPhone device. So we have the App Store there at the top right-hand corner, blue background, white A, right? If you're on a Google device or whatever, maybe check out Google Play Store, whatever it is named now. Um, and so you would go to your App Store, and I'm going to go ahead and open that up and show you how to manually download this. And the reason why I'm showing you this is because sometimes your consumers may have already downloaded it or gone there directly to get it. So I want to show you what the app looks like unbranded and show you how to get them to brand it to you so that they know to find you on the app. Okay. So right here in the App Store, we'll just use the magnifying glass in the bottom right-hand corner to search, come up to the top and begin typing in KW. And that's literally all you need to type and click search. Okay. Now you can see the two KW apps down here at the bottom. Remember, the white background is the consumer one, the one that we're doing today. And then the red background towards the bottom, that's Command Mobile. That's for you, the agent. Okay. So I'm actually going to go ahead and tap on the white background red KW. And so you can see it expanded here. Now, if you see a button at the top that is blue with the white and it actually says get or update, definitely go ahead and click that. It means you need to go ahead and put the app on your device because you don't have it yet. If you see a cloud with a down arrow, that means it's somewhere on your cloud but hasn't been added to your device yet. You can go ahead and click that as well to get it added to your device. Okay. Okay, Cam, if your link is not branded to you, shoot us an email for sure because that's something that we can check and see if we can get it pushed through for you. If we're unable to, we can actually escalate it to KW support for you so that they can get it adjusted on their end. Okay. You're welcome. Keep those questions coming, guys. I'm just having to catch them out of the corner of my eye and answer them as we go. Um, so again, go ahead and make sure that you have the app downloaded on your device. You can see that mine already says open, and that's an indicator to you that the app is already on your device. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and close App Store, come back to our screen. Right here, white background, red KW at the top. That is the consumer app. So I'm going to go ahead and touch it here and open it up. And this is the screen that you should come to. Okay, now I want to show you what the unbranded app looks like. I'm going to skip for now. This opens up the app. So technically, yes, somebody could come in here and start a search, but if they didn't sign up, or log in, it won't let them save anything. They can't get very far. Okay. The little people or little person, singular, little person icon down at the bottom right-hand corner, I'm going to touch that just to show you the login details back here. This is what it looks like when the app is unbranded. Notice that there's no agent information at the top, and it actually tells me to find a local KW agent. Okay. If this is what your app looks like, then I'm going to show you how to find your agent. Okay. Or find yourself for that matter. And go ahead and make sure that the app is branded to you. If a consumer, this is also what it will look like if the consumer downloaded it straight out of the App Store instead of using your link. Okay. So we'll go ahead and click on Find a Local KW Agent. And you can just begin typing in either your name or city if you're looking for someone in particular. But you can go ahead and start typing in the name or location. Once you see like yourself, you want it branded to yourself, right? And so once you see yourself, tap on your name and click the Connect with Me button at the bottom of the screen. This will brand the app to yourself. You, the agent, or the agent that you have also selected, will now get a notification that they have someone that is creating a new account on their app. Okay. I'm actually going to back out from there and just simply use a login because when we're logged in, it will also brand the app. So I'm going to go ahead and click sign up or log in at the top right-hand corner. And I want to show you how you can create an account on this app. Again, your command logins will not work. It does not see you as an agent. Okay. So um, you want to create a login as a consumer. So you can click the sign up button and on the left. I don't know why I'm having a problem on my left and my right here today, guys. I keep stuttering over that, so my apologies. I should have had that second cup of coffee. Okay. And so right here, go ahead and enter your information, first name, last name, and your email. Or you can choose one of the three options at the bottom. Thank you, Yenna. The three options at the bottom will allow you to log in with your Google account, Apple, or Facebook if you choose to do that. Okay. Whatever works best for you. Once you click next, it will prompt you to create a password. It is just as complicated as your password. It needs to be the 12 digits. It needs to have punctuation, uppercase, lowercase, and probably a number as well. Okay. And then your account will be created. When you create that account, again, if the app is branded to a particular agent, that agent just gets a notification in their command and also says that they have somebody that just created a login on their account. If the consumer is logging into your app with the same primary email address that you have on file for them already in your command database, it will update that same existing contact profile. Okay. A little green checkbox or check mark in a circle will appear by their name in your command database, and it will use that existing contact profile. If the consumer uses an email address that you do not have on file for them in your command database already, it will create a new contact profile in your command database. Okay. You will want to continue using the contact profile that has the tiny green check in a circle. Okay. That is the one that will be actively linked to their app and feeding you data. And so you don't want to delete that one. Okay. You'll want to keep that one and get rid of your old one. There is a um, find duplicates and merge feature in command. And so you can use that if you'd like. Just make sure to keep the profile that has the little green check mark in a circle because that's the one that's properly linked to get that data. Okay. Brenda, yes, this is just to show you how to sign up new. Okay. All right. If you already have an account, I wanted to show you just click login at the top. And this is where you can go ahead and put in your email and your password. Give me just a second. I figured that would happen. Hold on a second. It's because I can't unview, you know how it is, typing in a password when you can't see it because I'm sharing my screen. So give me just two shakes. We'll see if I can get it on the second try. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, fabulous. All right, awesome. All right, guys. And so that is how you would log in. You just use your email and your password. It should let you in. There is no verification code on the consumer mobile app. So it's relatively easy. And while it did bring me to the little person icon at the bottom right initially, and I had to tap home, it typically brings somebody to this screen first. I do want to skip over to the little person icon again, though, so I can show you what it looks like branded. So let me do that really quick. This is what it looks like branded. When someone is signed in, you can see the person's account name at the very top, and then you would see their agent that it is branded to right here. Okay. And so this is what it should look like branded at all times. This is what you want to see. You want to see your information right there for the agent. All right. Okay. All right. So let's go back to the home tab at the bottom left. And now we're going to explore the app as a consumer. I want to show you how this can be beneficial to pretty much anybody in your database. This is an easy conversation to come from contribution that you can reach out to anybody in your database and be like, hey, have this brand new app. It's going to add so much value to you, whether they're looking just for open houses or they're just curious in real estate. Maybe it's a realtor in the making, right? They're just hungry for real estate and they haven't branched out into that career yet. Or maybe they're really a potential buyer or a potential seller or investor. Pretty much, again, anybody in your database can benefit from this. And so, right here from the dashboard at the tippy top, you'll see a buy rent option, which, by the way, when you see on this app where it's colored in like the pink to purple, that just shows you what tab you're on. Versus if you look to the right of that where you see my home and it's grayed out, that's just indicative of it not being selected. Okay. Also, another indicator is the line underneath. You can see the line underneath the house at the very bottom of the screen, indicating what tab you're on, as well as that buy rent tab at the top. You can just see barely a little colored line underneath it as well. Those are just going to be indicators on the app to you as to what you have specifically selected. Okay. Let's do my home first. This is just a tiny little space right here for sellers. They can actually come in and click on that enter address where it says, let's find your home to get started. And this is where either a current property owner or somebody that wants to own property or what have you, a seller, would come to find out potentially what they could sell their home for. This is the same equivalent as the page on your KW agent site that's called home evaluation or what's my home worth. It's essentially the same tool from that page, just here in app form. So I'm going to go ahead and click enter address, and they can begin to go ahead and enter the address, whatever it might be. And just like Google, it will pop up current addresses here at the bottom that you can choose from. We'll just choose the first one. And now, great, I chose a commercial. But okay, here we are. And so you can see it's letting us know that they do not have more information about this particular home because the consumer app is primarily residential properties. This is also what a consumer may see if there's just not enough data based on the address that they've entered. And so it will automatically populate a message for them. You can see that at the bottom of the screen. And they can click send home info. That would send the information over to the agent. They would get a notification in their command and know to reach back out to the person to hopefully get them an accurate CMA. Okay. Or maybe ask more pertinent questions about the property in order to give them an accurate CMA. Okay. You can put your cursor in that box as well and change that message. It's being just a ray of sunshine today, guys. The keyboard keeps getting stuck. So there we go. And so you can put your cursor in there and make changes to the message if you would like, and then click send home info. And once you do, again, that message just went over to the agent and they can now reach out to the consumer. It will keep that address here, as you can see this at the top. If the person has another address they want to look up, they can simply press that trash can and remove it, and then they'll be able to start over and enter another address. Okay. Coming on down, you can see a little more information here as well. When it says unlock your dashboard, that essentially will take them to the same place as entering their address to get the home valuation. Okay, that's pretty much the tool that will be here for the seller. It's just a different way of wording it. Okay. Coming back over to the buy rent tab. Now, this is probably where we'll live for the rest of the class on the part that we're going to be on the mobile app, because this is the biggest in value that this has to offer is to a potential buyer or a potential renter. Just below the buy rent tab, you will see just shortcuts, very similar to your command dashboard, right? Your command dashboard gives you shortcuts to the different tabs. Here on the consumer mobile app, it gives you shortcuts to the other tabs that we'll explore deeper in a few minutes. Collections is the first tab right here. Let me give you a little definition of what a collection is. A collection is a hand-picked group of properties. They can be from all different states, from all different types, parts of the world, all different MLS statuses. Some could be coming soon, some could be active. They're hand-picked. It means that when you went through the app here and looked for listings, you favorited them by clicking the little heart on the listing, which I'll show you how to do. And by clicking the little heart, it will add them to the collection. You do have to manually add and manually remove properties from a collection. The consumer can do that here on the app, and you, the agent, can actually create a collection for the consumer right within your own command, which I'll show you by the end of class. The collections, again, manually add, manually remove, which means the consumer gets to view that property's life on the market, whether it goes under contract, whether it sells, whatever happens to that property, it will stay in that collection so that they can watch it on its whole journey while it's on the market or off. Okay. In comparison, the saved searches tab. This is where a consumer can come into their app, create a search that they want, save it, and then based on that criteria, whatever they've entered in, 5 bedrooms, 4 baths, 2 acres, whatever it is they're looking for, the properties that match that criteria will show right here on the Saved Searches tab. And that will populate automatically. There is no manual add or manual remove. Whatever currently is on the market and active and meets that criteria will populate here. Notice the little gray buttons under the Save Search section. They can actually choose to view any new properties that have come on the market that match it, any with an open house, any with a price change, and so on. Okay. By the end of class, after we create our Save Search, you'll be able to see properties here. And it might make a little more sense for you. But again, saved searches can be created by the consumer right here in their app, and you, the agent, can actually create saved searches for the consumer as well through your command. And I'll show you that in a bit. The third tab, neighborhoods. So there is a way to follow neighborhoods on the app, and you, the agent, can add neighborhoods to a contact as well. And this allows them to see things like current stats and what the locals say, like what's the walkability of the neighborhood, things like that. And then they'll also be able to see current listings within that neighborhood as well. Okay. So that is kind of just an overview of what the dashboard looks like. Now I'd actually like to jump in and show you guys how the search feature works within the app and how to create these collections and save searches and how to follow the neighborhoods. So we're going to click on the magnifying glass in the bottom of the screen, and that brings us here to our map. Yes, it does default to Austin, Texas, only if the consumer does not have location permissions turned on. If they have location permissions turned on for the app, it will actually show their immediate area. It's kind of cool too. When I was a realtor in production, I loved having this app on my phone when I traveled, because what if you pass a cute little town or a listing on the side of the road and you need information about it? Well, if you have your locations turned on for the app, you can open it up right here. It'll show you the listings exactly around where you are currently located, and you'll be able to get that information right there at the tip of your fingers. Okay. If location permissions are not turned on and it defaults here to Austin, look up at the top of the screen in the search bar. See that black arrow in the far right-hand corner? Touching that should prompt your app to turn on location permissions. So you can go ahead and tap that black arrow in the top right-hand corner, and it should show your current location. Okay, so that may be helpful as well. Other than having it auto find your location, you can use that same search bar at the very top to enter pretty much anything to find where you want to search: city, neighborhood, address, school district, all kinds of things. So we'll go ahead and put our cursor up there and begin our search. So we'll just type in a particular city, and you can find it in the drop down as well as soon as it comes up. I do want to scroll a little bit if it'll let me. There we go. Good. So I do want to point out, notice the fine print underneath each entry. It lets you know if you're pulling by a city, neighborhood, postal code, school attendance zone, school district. There's just a lot. You can get very specific in here with your search. Also, notice across the top that I have the option to look at for sale, for rent, or sold properties as well. So, again, applying more to people in general in your database. Okay. So it encompasses not just people looking to purchase, but also renters as well, or possibly sellers that want to compare some sold properties. Go ahead and select which entry you want, and it should bring you right back here to the map and update that for you. Okay. Now, from here, you have several options to view listings. I'm going to go through the filters and the sort options with you, but I want to show you right here on the map. Over on the right-hand side, you do have a hand option where you can actually draw an area instead. So I clicked on the hand, and you can literally draw any shape that you want on the map, and it will show you listings in that area. So maybe you're in a city with a major highway, and you don't want to have to commute across that major highway or down it. So you're actually looking for a home in a particular quarter of town. That's where that search tool would come in handy. Okay. Another way to view these listings is by choosing the list option at the bottom of the screen. And it becomes much more graphic, and you're able to see the listings themselves instead of the map view. Okay. Now let's go through the filter and sort options really quick at the top. Notice the sort does not appear until you choose the listing option, obviously, because there's not a way to sort the map. But first, let's go through the filters. I'm going to touch filters in the top left-hand corner of the screen. And this is where a consumer can come and enter any of the filters that they would like. Again, notice the choices at the top for sale, for rent, or sold. And I'm just going to demonstrate a couple of the fields to you just so you get familiar with them. Like the one for price range, you notice it has the rectangles for no min, no max. Those are ones you would just put your cursor in and go ahead and enter the amount and tap away. But you do have a slide scale underneath that as well that you can simply use instead of that if you want. The next type of field is for bedrooms. Notice it's little bubbles. So if it's grayed in, I shouldn't say grayed in, if it's navy blue filled in, that lets you know what is selected. And notice that it has the plus sign after each option. That means it's going to hold that as a minimum or greater than. Okay, so if you're looking for a 3-bedroom home, but you're open to 4 or 5, you would use the 3 plus. If they absolutely are just staunch and they only want that certain number of bedrooms, only want the certain number of bathrooms, you can choose exact match underneath and it will take away the plus. Okay. Everything else is pretty self-explanatory here. You will notice the fields replicate pretty much the same way, the same two that I showed you just there. Just keep in mind, the bottom right-hand corner will show you how many results you have coming up. As you use more filters, the results will go down. And you just got to remember, you're relying heavily on the information the listing agent input into the MLS and whether that's correct or thorough. Okay. So sometimes it's better to use less filters. so that you don't eliminate a great possibility. Okay. I'm just going to scroll quickly towards the bottom. You can come in here and explore all the different options. Okay. But here at the bottom, I do want to show you that you can actually do a search just for open houses or just for properties that had a price reduction in the last 7 days. Okay, again, applying to so many people in your contact database that may only be looking for open houses. Maybe there's somebody that they've decided they have their own land, they're going to build, and they say they don't need a realtor. Well, great. You can actually still be of value and convince them that you need to have a relationship with them because number one, they'd be great for referrals. Number two, they can still go to open houses and get ideas for the house they're going to build. Okay. So just you can get creative with this. Everybody needs your app. Just be convinced of that. And so once you go ahead and choose the filters here at the bottom, you can go ahead and click show the results. It will bring you back to your list. And now let's choose the sort option in the top so I can show you that. And these are ways that you can sort the different properties on your list. Go ahead and make your decision by clicking or tapping it with your finger, and that will sort your options. Now, that's essentially creating a saved search. We just went through a lot to create this search and to get these results. And now we can actually touch at the top right-hand corner the save option to save that search. I do recommend putting your cursor into the title and making sure that you include something to do with the location. Just it will help in the long run to ensure that you remember what area that is for. Um, so you can go ahead and enter that and click save. Now it's a saved search, and every time you sign into the app, you will see properties populate on that home screen and under the heart that I'll show you in a second to show you results from your saved search very quickly so you don't have to come in all the time and enter the same data to get the same results. Now let's look at what it looks like to actually view these properties. Now we have our list here and you can scroll obviously and see the different properties. And you can also do a little mini peek of some of the photos. I think it does like 5 photos for you before you actually have to open it. And when you find a property that you're interested in that you want to save as a favorite in your collection, you can just tap the heart. Once it's colored in like that, you'll get the banner at the bottom letting you know that that property has now been added to your collection. So no matter what happens to that property, comes on the market, goes under contract, has a price change, has an open house, whatever, you will always be able to see it in your collection until you're ready to unfollow it, essentially. Okay. And so again, you can come through, look through the properties this way, and then to see more of a particular property, you can just simply tap on the photo and it will expand the property for you. This is going to look very similar to what your KW agent site looks like. To view the photos, you can tap on that again. It will show you a grid like this, but you can tap it one more time and actually expand it larger and go through them. Okay. We're going to click the back button as well. And from right here on this grid view, I do want to point out a few things here. At the top right, you will notice a share button. This is a great way to share listings on your mobile device, whether you are texting it to somebody, sharing it to your socials, whatever it is you're doing, this is a fabulous way to share a direct link to a property from your mobile device on the go and it be branded to you. Okay, that's what that little share button in the top right will do. You also have that heart again. If you wanted to add this to your favorites, you can tap that and add to favorites, as well as 2 options at the bottom. You can go ahead and request a tour or reach out to the agent directly with maybe a question or comments. We will see these buttons in just a few minutes, and I'll show you exactly what it looks like if a consumer walks through requesting those things. But I did want to point out that they are here on this screen as well. I'm going to choose the back button in the top left and come back to our listing. And again, we're going to start scrolling down. Notice how it goes to a mini menu across the top so they can keep the stats there at all times. We're brought back to our heart here and another share button. And if we come down further, we'll see the agent's details. Again, you should be the only agent showing for all listings. And right here, we have the option again to send a message and get in touch with that agent or also request a tour. So I'm going to put my cursor in the message box here. And again, you can change the text, add whatever you want. We're going to let Mr. Billy know this is a test only. And then you can go ahead and click get in touch. Now, the consumer sees this pop-up screen on their app, and what Billy would see or you, the agent, would see on their end is a notification bell either on your Command mobile app or your Command desktop. And it would say that that person had sent you a message, and you would be able to see that message within their contact timeline. You'd be able to have a hyperlink to the listing directly so that you don't even have to go hunt and peck for it. And you would see the full message that they've left you. Now, currently, there's not a way for you, the agent, to reach back out to the consumer through the app. You would just use your mobile device and reach out to them using their preferred method of contact, whether they like text, email, whatever. Okay. To request a tour, this would also come directly to you, the agent, in your command. I'm going to go ahead and tap request tour so that you can see what it looks like. They can choose a couple of dates and times from a calendar, and it is time frames so that it doesn't pigeonhole you, the agent, to a particular time. Okay. Once they choose an option or two, they can scroll down and choose the type of tour they want, whether they want in person or a live video. And if you choose live video, they can actually choose multiple ways or just one option of how they would like to do that live video with you. Coming on down, it does ask them for their phone number here. Remember, when you sign in or sign up for an account on the app, it only asks for name and email. So this is where it would actually capture their cell phone number for you. And so they would be prompted to put in the phone number. Let's see if I can remember our phone number right off the top of our head here for Scott Leroy. There we go. And then they can go ahead and put in a message if they need to. It does ask them to confirm the disclaimers, same disclaimers that you see on your KW agent site, and then they can request the tour. It will send that data over to you, the agent. You'll get a notification in Command or Command Mobile, and then you can reach back out to the consumer based on how they prefer to be reached. Okay. Just a couple other features here. I'm going to scroll down to show you it does have an activity history for the listings. You have a monthly payment or mortgage calculator available as well that will update in real time as they put information into the blanks here. Bless it. Putting information in the blank apparently made my app panic. There we go. All right. And so you can see that that app, the mortgage calculator, will update. Coming on down, you'll see again the same information that you would normally see on your KW agent site. But down here at the bottom, notice that we start getting into other listings that will allow them to scoot over and look into that information as well. If this home were in a neighborhood, we would also see a neighborhood snapshot here on the actual listing, and we would have an option to favorite or follow that neighborhood as well. And it would show things like current sales, current listings, things like that. Okay. I'm actually going to choose the back button at the top left to bring us back out of this listing. And that was essentially exploring the search options here on this app, guys, showing you how to use the filters and the sort, showing you how to save it as a saved search, also showing you how to add homes to the collections. And I could look one more time. I think I just picked a random rural town, guys. Sorry. So for a neighborhood, I doubt any of these particular properties are going to be in a neighborhood. Let me try one more just to see if I can get a neighborhood for you guys. Um, so that I can show you how to follow a neighborhood. Nope, no such luck. But again, if you look in a home that is in a particular neighborhood, you should be able to follow a neighborhood as well, and that will also add the information to their particular dashboard at the top so that they can see that information as well. I was going to quickly try one more city for you guys. Hold on. See if we can find something in a neighborhood. Ooh, I had a little glitch there, guys. Can everybody still hear me and see my screen? Okay, Tanika, thank you. Lord, I can quit holding my breath. Okay, great. Woo! All right, I'm gonna quit messing with this app today, and so that we don't lose our connection for some reason. It's a little glitchy, but I was just gonna try to find another um listing really quick so I could show you a neighborhood, but I hate to do it. Thank you, Caesar. You were on it with those neighborhoods. I had already searched this though. There. Tech in real time, guys. Here it is. So let me go back and try it one more time. All right, we're gonna pause here for a second and let the app get its life together. Just for a second, I really want to be able to show you how to follow that neighborhood, and we're just so close. So I'm gonna give it just a second, let it buffer a minute, and we're gonna try again. Last time, maybe third time's a charm, right? All right, I'll go slower this time. Hopefully, it won't panic on me. Anybody else holding their breath? There it is. Dun, 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 dun. This is what the neighborhood looks like, guys. So it will show a map of the neighborhood and give them the option right here to follow. They can follow it. If they want to go to the neighborhood and pop it out, you can do that on the far right button for go to neighborhood. But I'm going to try to come down a little bit and just show you the market snapshot right here. Again, some stats about the market. And then it goes into some cool things like schools, public, private, transit and commute. This is actually where a consumer can enter a place right here that's important to them, maybe a family home, family member, place of work, place of worship, a school, whatever is important to them, they can add those places right here. It will save them so that any listing they look at on the app will automatically generate the commute time for them based on those locations. I always love that feature. And so again, it'll go into other nearby properties as well within that neighborhood. Okay. Yay, we did it. I'm going to click the back button at the top left and bring us back to the app. I'm going to quickly click on the home button on the far left-hand corner just to show you now what it should look like on the home page with our saved searches. There he goes. So now you can see homes that match our saved search criteria are populating. Okay. Our neighborhood should also be there. Here he is. So we can click on him and view details. And our collection, for some reason, it's not showing our two favorited properties. He may take a couple of more minutes to update since either my connection is very slow today or the app is just having a breakdown. So over on the far right, I do want to show you the little heart icon on the bottom. Remember, the dashboard is a preview of another place that you can deep dive into, right? Well, that's where the heart is, right here. This will also show you your collections, your saved searches, and also your neighborhoods right here. Now, notice the three dots on the far right-hand side. If the consumer created these searches from within their app, or you, the agent, created them within your command for them, the consumer should still see the three dots right here and be able to have the option to edit that saved search or delete it. Okay. Also, the little person in the bottom right-hand corner, we'll go there again. This is where they can come and adjust their notifications for the app. I'll click on notifications to show there's two types of notifications. One are push notifications. That's on your mobile device. Think about the little badge, the circle on the app that shows you how many notifications you have. That's a type of a push notification. Also, an email notification. They can choose what type of notifications they get and also how often they get them. Like if they're a hot buyer, they may want to come in here and change their notifications to instant. Okay. So they have complete control through their consumer app of those things. All right. Okay, that's a full exploration of the app. I'm going to swap over to a desktop really quick, guys, just to show you from an agent's point of view where some of these things are located for you to be able to do them for the consumer. So if you give me two shakes here, we'll go ahead and get that swapped over. And I'll need my folks with those quick fingers to give me a yes in the chat once we do pull this up here, letting me know that you can see my other screen. All right. So if you guys can tell me yes or a thumbs up in the chat, letting me know that you can see the command screen now, that would be great. Awesome. Okay, great. Good deal. Okay. So for you, the agent, back into command here. There are things that you can create for your consumers that will help personalize their apps. Number one, saved search. Let me show you where you do that. You would come right here to the contacts. You do have to do it individually and manually for each contact. You would just click into your contacts profile, and right over here on the right-hand side are where saved searches live. You can come in and create them for them by creating a saved search. Fun fact, they don't have to have an account on your consumer mobile app for you to create a saved search for them. It works better if they do, just because they'll be able to look and create their own and see them at a touch of their fingers, but they don't have to have that account just yet. You can create a saved search for them, and it will actually email them and say, hey, do you agree to be reached out to by this agent? And as long as they confirm yes, then they will start to receive the email notifications for the saved search if they don't have the app. Okay. The beauty about this is, yeah, Yenna, go ahead and keep those questions coming. I will definitely get those as soon as we stop the recording. Um, the beauty about this is, like when I was in production a million and a half years ago, we would always have to go to a CRM to have our database, and then we'd have to go into the MLS portal to create saved searches like this. And so it was always having to work out of two places. Now you don't have to do that. You can keep your database in your one CRM command, create these saved searches here, and so that it will continuously help your clients out to be able to see those listings come on and off the market automatically without you, the agent, having to keep up with two different platforms. So it's very helpful. The next thing I want to show you is the neighborhood. Right over here on the left-hand side, you can add neighborhoods to this particular consumer. Okay. Now they can add these and follow these within their app, but let's say it's somebody that doesn't have the app. You can come and add neighborhoods to their contact profile and actually send them a link for information about their neighborhood. There's also a smart plan called Monthly Neighborhood Nurture that will automatically send them an email with the neighborhood stats and the listings. The content's already created for you, completely automatic once you set it up. So that's something else to consider to nurture your database with, okay? There are tip videos on our YouTube channel that shows you specifically how to set up these saved searches and also these neighborhoods. Last but not least, let me show you how to create a collection or where you would create a collection within your command. And it's over here under the listings tab on the left and the collections tab. This is where you can come in and create a collection. Again, hand picking properties can be from all over the world. It doesn't have to be from one particular place or one particular market or MLS status. It could be sold properties, for sale properties, coming soon, whatever it is. You can create that collection right here, and you can actually send it to as many contacts as you want. They do not have to have your app, but if they do, they'll be able to see that collection, and it'll actually say like agent favorite on their app so that they know that you actually chose that and added it to the collection for them. And then they'll have the option to add it or remove it. Or excuse me, they'll have the option to remove it. Last but not least, let me show you on the website for your KW agent site. Let's go ahead and get this open here. Over here in the far right-hand corner of your app, excuse me, your KW agent or team site, there is a login option. When you go to this particular option, this is the same login as your consumer mobile app. They can go ahead and enter that information right here and log into the website. Okay. I'm going to try it really quick. Um, Sometimes because we have a demo account and we have used it so much, it doesn't like it when I log into Scott's website because we're branded to another agent. Ah, it worked. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so right here at the top right, now you will see hopefully Scott's information or your information as a consumer, but you will have options to go through the saved searches, your collections, your favorites, things like that from right here on the agent's KW agent site. There we go. So here's our collection, our saved searches, and our neighborhood. So we can access them again from a desktop or a laptop just by going to the KW agent site and using the same logins as the consumer mobile app. Okay, so that consumer can actually access it from anywhere they need to be, from any device. All right. Okay, guys, that brings us to the end of our class. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. I'll be happy to go back through the questions and help get those answered for you guys. If you're watching this back on recording again, just remember if you need anything at all, always reach out to us via email. It's support@scottleroymarketing.com, and we'll be happy to help. Thanks for watching.